Let's get into
Anyway, speaking of good games,
topic, Spider-Man. Let's talk about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. All right, so I just beat Spider-Man today, guys. So big shout outs to that. It was, I think I did 2 like 5-hour streams, and then I beat it again, or beat it today with like a 3-hour or 2-hour stream. So it was about 12 hours.
Pog, I like that.
12 to 14 hours, I think, something like that. I know there was some stuff that I did off stream too. So about 12 to 14 hours. It is not Spider-Man 2, and if you go in expecting Spider-Man 2, you will be disappointed. I will say that much, because it is not nearly as long and as fleshed out, I guess, as Spider-Man 1 was. But that is a double-edged sword, because I think there was a lot of stuff in Spider-Man 1 that became tedious and boring. That is not included in this game, so it's a lot harder for stuff to get tedious and boring. There's still bases, there's still collectibles, and there's still suits that you get off the collectibles, so they have reason for you to do it. The suits that you get off the collectibles are really good. The story, I don't remember too much about the Spider-Man first story. I've seen a decent amount of people saying that they like the first story better. I like the second story. I think it was a little predictable after like the first big plot twist, but it was still like a good story. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still got the point across that Miles is like coming into his own as being like the new Spider-Man or whatever, or like the Spider-Man, or I mean, the other Spider-Man still exists, but it's like he is the Spider-Man. And for this, for that game, he was the Spider-Man of that game because Peter Parker was like on vacation or whatever. So, yeah, he's coming to his own as like not depending on Pete to do anything. Like, he has to start making decisions on his own, all that good stuff. So I liked it. The combat was really cool. I don't think I did it the right way though, because I was expecting from Spider-Man 1 he had like a shit ton of gadgets, and Spider-Man 2 he doesn't have as many gadgets, but he's all about the Venom powers, and I didn't start Venom powering until like way later in the game. But overall, good game.
Is it like a skill tree?
No. It's like Pete had like 18 different like gadgets.
Yeah.
And they were all like, there were strong ones too. He had like a gravity well, he had like a super web, whatever. Miles only has 4 gadgets. You know, he had regular web, he had like a gravity well thing that kind of pulls people in instead of launching them up. He had holograms, and he had like a remote detonator thing. And then on the other side of thing, he had Venom powers, which are like it was like electricity powers, and he would do electric stuff. Like, he'd have electric jump, like super electric punch, electric dash, all that good stuff. And if you use, like, that's where the brunt of his damage came from. And I didn't really start doing that until late, because in the first one, like, obviously a brunt of my damage came from my gadgets, so I was still depending on gadgets. But it's not the wave anymore. It's about the Venom. So overall, though, the gameplay is still largely the same. You know, you go and beat a bunch of enemies, do air combos, web them up. It's cool stuff. If I had to give it out of a 10, I gave it an 8. But since I really don't usually do numbers, I'd say it's definitely play this game if you like Spider-Man out of 10. You know, give it a it's a Spider-Man 1.5 out of 10 for sure. Give it a nice solid open start to the PS5 season out of 10. That's what I give.